All righty, let me put my earbuds in. Oops, hold on. Okay. All right, let us let's just start simple feet to start. However, got the cat. He's gonna tell me that he wants breakfast, so we might have to kick him out. All right, you can sit however you want to sit. I'm just sitting this way, and my blankets are over here. What? What? All right. Good. So just starting by feeling the verticality of your torso, neck, head, your spine. Good. Almost that sense of the front of the body. So you can even use your hands if that's helpful. Go from pubis to the top of the sternum, just that contact. And then just that sense of length, or what's moving forward, what's moving back. And then also the sense of tailbone and base of neck, like top of shoulders, base of neck. That sense of length, or what's moving back, what's moving forward. And maybe then that top of the sternum or base of the throat, front neck to the top, right? Just the right where the highlight is, front neck. So just that sense of the length of the front neck, and same with the base of the skull to the top of the shoulder. What's pushing forward, what's back. Maybe even a sense of the head, or from top of head to pubis, top of head to tail. Right, just bringing more awareness to your body, as well as the sense of even side to side. Is there lean to one side of the center line or to the other side of the center line? And play with just a little bit of flexion and extension. Almost imagining you're moving from that center line and letting your breath lengthen. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lengthen. Notice how the breath is invited in or released out. Notice where it feels the most sticky. Is it the pelvis, the lower back, belly, or is it through the ribs, back ribs or front ribs, or through the neck? Good. And slowly making your way back to center. Good, simple turn to one side, little rotation. Then returning to center, nice and easy, pause. And then other side, simple rotation. And pausing enough at the end of your, or in your rotation, so you can feel your breath, how the ribs move in the rotation, back through center. Let's now isolate the head. Let the head turn to one side. and center, and to the other side. And center. Let's turn the whole torso to one side again. Let's let the head tip down, little spinal flexion. And listening to what feels accessible and easy. And looking up, little spinal extension. Good, and more neutral, that long verticality, a simple turn towards the front of the room with the head. Ribs are still rotated to one side. And then turning towards the back of the room, and really just exploring movement, not pushing for anything. Coming back to center, noticing what feels sticky, noticing what feels like where the breath starts to get held. Turning to the other side, tipping the head forward, little spinal flexion or neck flexion, or a little bit of both, and extension. And turning head towards the front of the room, and just feeling how well the neck turns. And I'm not trying to make it do anything, but notice when it's sticky or clicky or cranky, and coming back to center. Good. So I'm just going to start with my hands to the side of my body, maybe fingers out. I'm just going to let my head turn towards one side. And then I'm going to look down the arm towards the hand. And then lift the gaze back up again, looking to the side of the room, and then turn towards the front. Other side, I'm turning. And then I'm going to look down the arm towards the hand. So there's a little flexion in that rotation. Again, can be quite small. Back to center. Slowly, first side. And again, head drops, noticing what's happening in the ribs that you're turning away from, the shoulder you're turning away from. A long inhale and exhale, lifting the gaze again and back to center. Second side, looking down towards the hand or foot or side of the body, the hip. Again, notice the side you're turning away from. And lifting your gaze again. And back to center. Good, let's just take arms up towards the ears, or shoulders up towards the ears. And then down towards the hip and up towards the ears and down towards the hip. One more up and down. Let's take the upper arms forward. Also the whole shoulder girdle moves, and back and forward. I'm noticing one side has way more mobility than the other side. Forward and back. I'm going to take the shoulders up and back and down, forward and up. And you can even take it up, up and back, down and back, forward and down, forward and up, just kind of opening up to more oval-y shape. And then change direction, up, up and forward, forward and down, down and back and up and forward, forward and down. Good. Clickety click. And then let's take both shoulders up, and I'm going to take one forward and one back, both down, and then switch opposite. The side that was back now goes forward and then up, and switch and down, and then reverse it. So let's take the opposite shoulder is going to initiate forward and the opposite one back, both go down, and then they switch, both go up, and they switch down, switch And that is very interesting. I have clicks going in one direction, but not the other. And then just move it around. Got one hand on heart, one hand on belly. Just a simple, nice, long inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Ah. Again, inhale. And exhale with a softer sigh. Ah. Good. Next inhale, almost just drawing whatever in, light particles in, goodness in, love, care. And exhale with a hum. And then almost on this next one, inhaling again, that receiving or drawing in or inviting in or allowing in, and then let it also move out, maybe towards a person or place or situation. So it almost creates a circuit. So you're fueling your body and then your being and letting it then overflow and move out towards others. Inhaling, this time in Om. Right, come on to our backs. Take our bands. So I'm just going to let my band rest on my belly for a moment, extend the legs, arms, and just let the toes, right leg and left leg roll in towards each other and away from each other, just turning the whole leg. You can even actually put your hands on your front hip bones so that you feel the tissue of the thighs as it turns. You feel that tissue all the way up under your fingers. And feeling for what's thicker. Right, again, we often just turn the body, but can you feel where's the stickiness? Is it in the thigh, the knee, the lower leg? No. No acupuncture. Off you go. Okay, and then let that settle. And even take your arms a little close to your body and just turn palms up and palms down. And same thing, maybe notice the wrists, the forearms and elbows, the upper arm, even all that tissue that crosses wrist, elbow, upper arm into the shoulder. Good, and let's just do a couple of palms down. I'm just going to sweep the arms from side of the body out to straight out from the shoulder. And then flip the palms up to the ceiling and slide back down towards the thighs. Palms down, slide out and up to shoulder height, maybe a little higher if that feels available. Flip the palms up. Slide the arms down towards the hips. Do that a couple times. Right, noticing if you have a little more access to move up. Right, maybe a little higher than shoulder height. Good. It's like a partial snow angel. You get some wings, not the halo. And then we're gonna switch it. So start with that arms by the hips, palms up, and sliding out, maybe to the side of the body, maybe up. And then flip the hands over and slide down. Palms up, slide up. Palms down, slide down. So if your back starts to arch, see if you can just back the movement off and just focus on what's happening in the shoulders. Good, 2 more, sliding up. Palms down, sliding down. Again, could be loose, right? Your arms can be in rotation as they start to come down. And then pause. Good, let's bend knees, and I'm gonna take right knee. Let's actually do, so I'm gonna peel the right heel off the floor, then the ball of the foot, so I'm on the toe tip. And then lift the knee up over the hip. Just pause there and letting the hips settle. And then I'm going to lower toe tip down, ball the foot down, heel down. And then other side, left heel, ball of the foot, I'm up on the toe tip, and then lifting the knee. Notice your breath. Notice how much work is happening on the side where the leg is lifted and even on the other side. And then toe tips down, just the toe tips, then the ball, then the heel. Let everything spread, settle. First side, heel, ball, just on the toe tip, and lift. Again, notice how your body's working. Is one side working harder? And toe tip down, just the toe tip, then the ball, then the heel. Let everything settle. Second side, heel, ball on the toe tip. Notice what's working. Notice if it can be smoother or more balanced side to side. And lifting the knee. And then toe tip down, just the tip of the toe. Then the ball, then the heel. Other side. Heel, ball, toe tip. Lifting the knee. And then keep the knee up, second side. Heel, ball, toe, lift both knees up. Good. Right toe tips come down. Ball of the foot. Heel, left toe tips. Ball, heel. Everything settles. Lifting heel, ball on the toe tip. Lift the knee. Second side. Doesn't matter if you went to the right side, but we're going to switch the initiator. So I lifted my left knee. And then the second foot, heel, ball, toe tip, both knees up. And then left toe tips down, ball, heel, right toe, ball, heel, everything settles. Right heel, ball, toe, knee, left heel, ball, toe, knee. Good, right toe down, ball, heel, left toe down, ball, heel. Good, left heel up, ball, toe tip, knee lift. Right side lift. Left side lower. Right side lower. One more time each side. Right heel, ball, toe, knee. Left side. Right toes down. Everything down, left side. Good, left side lift. Right side lift. Left side. And right side. Good, let's go back to lifting right foot. Good. And we've done this before, but I'm going to take that right knee towards my chest, then around and out towards the left knee, and around and down away from the face, and around and out to the side and around and up. So I'm making a circle, and I will again want the knee or the circle to be smooth. So it doesn't matter how big. It's more about the relationship of the femur bone in the hip socket. Smooth, not grabby or clicky or numb or funky. Good. Nice and smooth. Notice how the other leg is participating, keeping the pelvis somewhat stable. And then let's change direction. When you're in a good place, just switching around the other way. Noticing how that feels. Again, looking for, without the click, without the, right, click sometimes is bone flipping or tendon flipping over bone or bone just in the wrong position. So just making it sometimes smaller until the body organizes itself around or more clearly. Again, pelvis is somewhat more heavy as the thigh moves. And coming back to center and the foot on the ground. Extend both legs. Notice what's settling, notice what's lifting or pushing against the floor. And then let's bend knees, letting that left foot lift. Good. Left knee towards the chest and around towards the opposite knee and around and away from the face, around and out, and then around and up again. Again, the circle can be quite small. And you can, again, when it feels smooth, go bigger. If you are rocking a bit side to side, maybe make it smaller or just shift the focus. Pelvis heavy. Maybe it's slower, but bigger, or smaller and faster. Again, if you tend to go fast, slow down. Again, if you don't have as much awareness, slow down. And then let's change direction. And see if you can even pinpoint the parts, right, the quarters, right, from the side, around, and up, or from up to around and side, noticing which is more smooth. Maybe notice where the click is and do a little less fullness on that, in that quarter rotation. Good. And then coming back to center. Stand both legs again. And then let's bend and let's take right foot on the strap. And I'm gonna pull my hands close to the foot, bend the knee and draw the knee towards the chest and the foot facing the ceiling. So it's like a happy baby. Half a happy baby, only half. Just taking a few breaths, letting like that lower back, back waist, sitting bone area, back of thigh, inner thigh, whatever else needs to soften to let this happen. Good. And then I'm gonna bring the foot to face the foot side wall. Good, and I'm gonna let the knee turn out towards the side of the room, and I'm just gonna play with straightening the leg and bending the leg. So the leg's a little externally rotated. I'm just gonna straighten and bend, straighten and bend. So I'm just straightening into the resistance and bending with the resistance and straighten and bend. You can increase resistance by bringing hands closer to the feet, or you can even double up your strap. Good. And let's bend, and then I'm going to turn the knee in. So the knee's going to turn towards the other leg, and I'm going to do the same thing. Straighten and bend. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Last one. Bend and straighten. So I'm going to go from straight, internally rotated. I'm going to turn the leg out and I'm going to let it bend. And again, I'm going to pull the knee into internal rotation and straighten. Turn the whole leg out, straight leg out to external rotation and bend. Internally rotate with the knee bent and then straighten. Externally rotate, bend. Internally rotate, straighten, externally rotate, bend, and let's change direction. So externally rotating, straighten, internally rotate, bend, externally rotate, straighten, internally rotate, bend, externally rotate, straighten, internally rotate, bend. One more. Good, and then let's take that leg straight up to the ceiling. Good, I'm gonna walk the hands away from the foot a little bit, bring the elbows to the floor. Good, again, you get to decide how much resistance you want, but I'm gonna let that leg lower to the floor and then lift. Lower to the floor and lift. And lower and lift. A couple more times. Good. Even point and flex, point and flex. Good, pause at the top. Bring one hand onto your shin, so both straps into one hand, and then one hand on the shin, and just press into your hand. Pull that shin up into your hand. And just pause, keep pulling. Letting your back round a little bit, pelvis a little posterior tilt. Good, and release. Good, and release the leg. Again, extend both legs for a moment. Notice what's settling, what's pushing against the floor, or good, bend your knees. Let's take the other foot up into the strap. Again, hands close to the foot. You get to decide how much tension. You can also double your strap. Starting a little bit of a happy baby. Good. Again, just letting that leg soften towards you. Lower back softens, sitting bone area, back of thigh, groin, front hip, lower belly. Good. Good. And then I'm going to bring foot to face away from the head. Externally rotate that leg. Just straighten and bend a couple of times. In with the resistance in the straightening and the bending. Smooth. And you can always, if you want more resistance, you can double it or choke up. If you need less resistance, walk your hands away from the foot. Good. And my two legs feel very different. I'm noticing. Good. And let's internally rotate. And again, straighten and bend in that internal rotation. So the knee, the thigh, the foot turned towards the other leg. Notice what your shoulders are doing, and your neck and throat. And what can you soften? Good. And then let's extend that leg in internal rotation, externally rotate it and bend it. Internally rotate, straighten. Externally rotate, bend. Turn the knee in, straighten. Turn the whole leg out, bend. Again, make it as smooth as you can, utilizing that resistance so it feels helpful. Last one. Good, keeping that leg externally rotated. My leg is bent, and let's straighten it. And then turn it in and bend. Turn it out and straighten. Turn it in and bend. Straighten, turn it in and bend. And again, finding the smoothness within your own body movements. Syncing breath to body movement. Good. Last one. And then let's bring that leg up to the ceiling. Straight leg. Good, elbows on the floor. Again, find the resistance that feels good, and lowering the leg down and up and down and up. Down and up. So when you bring that leg up, you can again use a little posterior tilt, maybe even a little press of the opposite foot into the ground and a pull. Right, so there is that pull and press. Pull and press. Again, just that little bit of resistance. And then bringing the leg up, both straps in one hand, and pulling the shin into one of the hands. And just keeping that isometric load. Good, and release. Good, extend the leg. Both legs out on the floor. Okay. Bend your right leg, put on the strap. So my left leg is on the floor. If you're not ready for that, you can bend it. Put on the strap. I'm going to walk the right hand close to the foot, grab both ends of your theta bandha. And let's take right leg out to the side. I'm even going to let my body turn towards the leg, letting that outer leg come towards the floor. So I'm on my right outer leg and butt cheek, and my left hip's off the floor. And then I'm going to roll back onto the back of the pelvis. And let's switch hands when you're up top, and let that leg come across the body. Pause and breathe. You can even let that right shoulder get heavy, and depending on your neck, head can look to the ceiling or look towards the right foot or to the right hand. And slowly up. First side again. Just pause and breathe, reaching the legs away from each other. Again, I'm tipped onto that outer right leg, back up to the ceiling, switch and across to the left. Notice your breath in your ribs. Are the ribs pushing forward, or to the ceiling or back to the floor? Center one more time, each side. Right. Oh. Good. And center and across. And center. Good. Then you extend that leg down. Good. Left side. Again, you can always bend the right leg. Good. Left leg going left. Again, I'm going to let myself turn to the left. Maybe even the head turns. And slowly back up to center, switch hands and cross. And noticing what the ribs are doing, what the breath is doing, legs are doing. Ceiling and out to the side. And letting those legs again reach away from each other and center and cross the body. Legs reaching away from each other. Center out to the side. Good, and center and across. Good. And center and extend the legs. Good, let's bend the knees. Let's take that right ankle onto the left thigh. Take that left knee into your chest. Let's just do a little side to side rock. Again, if there's a lot of density or nervy, go slower. Good, and then let's bring that left foot down and let's come back into happy baby. So right hand holds that right foot. Right side, happy baby. And again, I'm going to tip to the right. So you can use that left foot just to help push you to the right. To get a nice opening in that front left thigh and that right inner thigh. And then I'm going to come back to center and tip to the left. So that right foot is going to come across the body and towards the floor on that left side. So I'm just taking this right leg and happy baby and just turning it side to side. Good. And next time I come to the right, I'm going to play with maybe extending that leg So I'm laying on that right side, maybe bend it again. Let it come across and maybe extend it out across the body or to the left. And that left leg is bent, that's a little more roundy. Tipping right, maybe that right leg extends and then bends, comes across. You roll, straighten out to the left. Good, and then you can even play with letting that leg again extend out to the right. And then when you come to center, switch hands again. So the leg is coming across bent. But then again, there's a rotation, right? But extend into the left hand. Right arm is out to the right. This time I'm switching hands. Tipping right. Extend right leg to the right. Bend as you come across the body. Switch hands and extend, more of a rotation. And then if you want to try one with that left leg straight, you can. Extending, now we don't have the strap. You can bend the leg as you move across. Just play, see what feels available. And then come back to center, extend both legs. Good. And then bend your knees, left ankle on that right thigh. Let's take that right leg into your chest. And a little side to side sweep. Good. And then let's come into happy baby on this left side, left foot, left hand. You can always use a strap. You can always hold your ankle. Again, I'm going to tip to the left. So I am pushing off with my right foot, which allows me this nice opening in the front right thigh. And then coming back onto my back and letting that left foot cross the body. So everything's bent right now. Just a little sweeping side to side with this bent, with two bent legs. Left foot is in the left hand, or ankle in the hand. And then maybe next time you come left, you can extend that leg or move towards extending. And then maybe switch hands and extend. Well, you don't even have to switch hands, just extend to that right side of the room. Let's play with that first. So your left foot is still in your left hand, and you're just going to extend to the left, bend as you travel across the body, and then extend to the right. So I'm basically on my right side. And then tipping towards that left side. Left hand holding the left foot. Good. And then we can switch hands, right? So next time you go left, and maybe tip left, extend that left leg to the left. As you come through center, switch hands. So you can sink that left shoulder to the floor and extend the left leg into the right hand. Bend the leg as you come back to the left. And really just is playing. Extend left, center, switch hand, extend into the right hand. And one side might be easier than the other side. And then the last moment or two, let's just play with maybe straightening the right leg, if that feels accessible. And again, these can all be quasi-straight. This is just play. Getting some movement through the bones and the tissues. One more. And then extending both legs. And maybe even bend your knees and just do a couple knee drops, nice and easy. One side, center, other side, nice and slow. Not really pushing for any great opening. Just soothing the body. Softening, finding the heaviness in the roll of the shoulders and the head, and the roll of the hips, even in the roll of the thighs and feet. Slow, heavy roll of the knees from side to side, the head either same direction or opposite. Let it get slower and heavier. Good. And then coming to center, extending legs. If you want something under your thighs, to take it. Just take a few moments on the ground. Just feeling that support from under you. And allowing your body to settle and settle and settle. Widen, soften. And almost coming back to that feeling or that sense of receiving or allowing nourishment. Whether it's that sense of light from the sun, or breath. Maybe it's sound, birds, the sound of your own breath. Maybe it's a feeling of connection or love. And just letting yourself receive in this moment. Maybe it's visual, maybe it's color. Just a sense of patterns and shapes that feel soothing, calming. The reminders of beauty and what is working. Put one hand on heart, one hand on belly. And let's finish with an Om. Again, maybe the sound moving through you as a vibration. Again, another nourishment, or through you and out towards someone else, to a place. To anywhere it is needed. Inhaling. Fingers and toes. Arms and legs. Bending. Folding. Rolling. And bringing yourself up to sit when you're ready. Also stay down. Just that acknowledgement of your verticality. Maybe just palms together in front of your heart, or hands on heart, or hands on body. Just acknowledging just a sense of ease or beauty or grace within and around. Namaste.